Hey everyone, Lindsay again from Phantom on a Budget, here bringing you the Phantom on a Budget wig tutorial. Going to do a little video today inspired by Dick Smith's Do-It-Yourself Monster Makeup book. Why am I doing this? Well, I think I explained it in the first wig tutorial, or wig video I should say. It's all about the hairline, and it's all about the cost. And my Valentino wig, of course, is made in the same fashion that professional wigs are made, and was very expensive and extremely time consuming. So here's the cheaper, faster way to do it. I do want to preface this though, it is the cheaper, faster way to do it, so it doesn't look as good, so please keep that in mind. It's a trade-off. We're going to get started. I'm going to talk about some supplies that you're going to need. Pretty simple. First off, it's a latex rubber bald cap. Generally speaking, they're around $10, and they come with handy-dandy instructions for how to apply them. And definitely read the instructions. They're there for a reason. So I'm not going to go into applying bald caps today. I'm just going to go into making the actual wig. So take a look at that. Make sure you read the instructions. Next thing you're going to need is some liquid latex. You want a really cheap paintbrush that you don't really like and you don't mind ruining, or a couple of makeup wedges, and this is to apply the latex for the bald cap. Next thing you want is a butter knife or a plastic sculpting tool like this, or something that you can use to press the hair into the latex with. It can be anything, really. Go to town. I don't know. Generally speaking, you're probably going to use crepe hair, which is that kind of wool fake hair. You can find it at any Halloween store, widely available online. It comes in long braids, so you have to unbraid the hair and then iron it to flatten it out. Or you can also use synthetic hair, which in my opinion for the money is a much better option. It looks much more realistic, it's a little bit finer than the crepe hair, and in bulk it's actually not that expensive. So go do a Google search on synthetic bulk hair and get what you need. What I'm using for this wig is a bundle of unused human hair, which was left over from one of my wig projects before. So it didn't cost me anything. I wouldn't suggest going out and buying human hair because it is expensive, and obviously for this project not worth it. So stick with crepe hair or synthetic hair. Alright, so when it's time to start making your wig, what you want to do is take your bald cap, put it on you, and we'll just pretend that this is a real person, not just a little styrofoam wig block, and mark out the hairline that you want. And I use Sharpie here. I don't suggest using a permanent marker. Use something like a eyeliner or something that you can rub off that's not quite so prominent. I just wanted it to make, show up on the video. So the solid line is going to be the hairline. The dotted line here is where you're going to cut the bald cap. As you can see, bald caps come, the entire face is on it. The idea is that you can customize where you're going to cut, and it should be just above the eyebrow, giving you plenty of room to glue this thing down. So once you've figured out where your hairline is going to be and where the cut line is going to be on this, go ahead and stick it on your styrofoam wig block or head-shaped object. And as we see on this done half of the wig here, what I did, starting at the nape of the neck, always work from back to front. Take a little bit of liquid latex, pour it onto your brush or your makeup wedge, and just dab it in a line across the back of the wig here at the bottom. And then take a little bit of hair at a time, and you may want to cut it depending on what kind of hair you have. If you have hair that's not even at the top, you may want to take some scissors and just lop it off there. Get a nice even cut, and carefully, using your little tool here or your butter knife or whatever, stick it into the latex and make sure that the hair comes in contact with the latex. Don't go putting a big thick chunk of hair on there, slapping it on, and then be surprised when half of it comes off. Every hair has to come into the contact with the latex, and then you gotta let it dry. And what you can do in this case of wig making, work your way across the wig, all the way across, left to right, and then move up about half an inch to an inch. You can do different layers, so to speak. You don't have to cover the entire wig. So once you get one layer done and it's dried and it's ready to go, move up another inch or so, do the same thing all the way across the wig, pressing little pieces of hair as you work your way across. Let that dry, move up another half an inch, and keep working your way all the way up the wig. And do be careful to notice that, well, take note of direction of growth when it comes to hair, because not all hair, i.e. the sideburns, is going to grow straight down. So when you get up to the sideburns, you want to work sideways, and up here, sideways. So just keep a good eye for your direction of hair growth here. Take a look at your own hair for reference. And that's basically it. I would go into more, but there's nothing else to go into. It's just laying hair into liquid latex onto a bald cap. But yeah, the hairline, of course, is probably the real reason why you're even doing this. So do be careful to make it look as real as possible. And once you've completed the actual construction of the wig and everything is dry and ready to go, what you want to do is take a comb and gently, ever so gently, but as you can see, once everything is on there, it's pretty sturdy. So, pretty foolproof, which is nice. The cons, however, depending on the quality of bald cap that you get, you might be pretty limited in the number of uses. So when you take it off, do be very careful to use the correct spirit gum remover or adhesive remover. If you have a stronger adhesive, remove it very carefully and store it, because if you tear it at all, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. You went through a lot of effort to make it, so when you're using it, be nice to it. Alright, that concludes the Phantom on a Budget look at wigs and hair, and this is the wig tutorial, of course, coming to a close. So I hope that somebody found this useful. It doesn't have to be for a Phantom style wig. This is great for a balding character, or as Vic Smith demonstrated in his little makeup book there, it's great for werewolves or anything really. So if you need a wig on the cheap and you want to make it because you can't find the right style in a costume store, here you go. I would love to hear from you if you found this useful, or if you have any questions, just give me an email. Of course, my contact info is on the website, www.phantomonabudget.com, and I will hear from you then. Please keep the comments coming, and everybody take care. Okay. One little question before I leave. Is it strange seeing me out of costume, looking normal? Comment.